Hello, influencers. How are we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me. Welcome to another interesting edition of No Who's Bad with IT. My name is Itunu. How are we doing, people? In case you are seeing this channel for the first time, and you're wondering what you're talking about. Okay, I actually call my subscribers, my followers, I call them influencers. Yes, because I believe that you are influencing your world in whatever way you can. So if you want to join the family of influencers, click that red button. It doesn't cost you anything. Honestly, it doesn't. In Nigeria, we call it, we say FOC, meaning free of charge. So it's free. Click that red button. Let's go. Okay, thank you so much for doing that. You are darling. So today I want to lend my voice to a development, a situation that has been going on and 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 on the internet. Actually, this this started in 2009. Yes, you heard me. 2009, and it has refused to go away. So I said, okay, let me just say something. You may have heard it on other channels, but if you've not heard it on No Who's Bad with IT, just take it that you've not heard it at all. So have an open mind. This video might be a little bit long because I have a lot of areas to touch. I'm going to tell you stories in it that you will, I'm going to tell you a Nigerian folk tale. Yeah, and I'm sure you will learn from it. Okay, so let's go. So it happened that in 2009 a film was released in America called Precious, and Moni'que, Moni'que, I'll show you the pictures. Moni'que she's a comedian, she's an actress in America, so she featured in that movie. It was a success. Yeah, so after the release of that movie, Tyler Perry announced that Tyler Perry, I'll show you all those photos as we go along. He's an artist, producer, director, actor, all encompassing. All right. So he announced that he and Oprah Winfrey would be doing, providing promotional assistance for that movie. In other words, to take the movie, to make it more, to take it more out there. And so he contacted Moni'que to go on a press tour with, with that movie. I mean, going to, it entails media houses, granting interviews. Yeah, basically, and talking about the movie for the basis for it to be promoted more. Okay, so and then she said, Monique said, Tyler Perry said she would not be paid for that press tour, and then Monique said no, she would not do it, and she did not. Okay, so case closed. So later she said Tyler Perry was, and Oprah said she was difficult to work with. And according to Monique, that statement has caused her a lot, has caused her people not giving her job and all that. So recently, she released an audio into the cloud, of a conversation she had with Tyler Perry, and that audio has been, people has been talking about it, on and on and on and on. So this is Tyler Perry. So that's Monique rap. Yeah. So that's what I want to discuss today. The release of that audio and what that action has generated. Now I will explain my thoughts on what I heard in that telephone conversation, all right, between Tyler and Monique. And Monique's husband, he too was there. I will, I don't know if you heard that audio, but I'm going to put that audio, that telephone conversation at the end of this video, all right? Because I don't want, I don't, so if you, I will try to explain as much as possible with the content of that audio. If you still want to listen to it, it will be at the end of this video so that I don't bore you. Okay, let's go. So I say I will talk, I will express my thoughts on that act, the release of that audio, what I thought about, what my thoughts are about it. Now, first and foremost, this man Tyler Perry actually initiated the call. He was the one who called Moni'que, meaning that he wasn't coerced, he wasn't under compulsion or under duress to make that call. I believe he called in order for him and Moni'que to discuss, because anywhere Moni'que has been granting a lot of interviews, still talking about this issue that okay, Tyler said and Oprah said she's difficult to work with. And there was an interview Moni'que granted, and she said these two people, Tyler and Oprah, that they had apologized to her in private, but she wants. This is a character. This is my dear. I'll talk about it later. That Tyler Perry plays. To some of you who are very familiar with him. So, but Moni'que said she wanted a public apology. Okay. So, and I don't think that didn't come. All right. So maybe that's why she now released this audio into the atmosphere. I don't know. Now, what I see in this situation is Moni'que, like I said, you will hear the audio later. There are some places that Moni'que will say a whole full of sentence, or her husband, they will say this, that, and they will be like, right, Tyler, like wanting him to agree. So what I see in that is that they were trying to put words into his mouth, into Tyler's mouth. And the only reason why they were doing that was the only reason was that they were recording him, and he did not know that he was being recorded. Now, as per the law that governs recording people when you are having conversation with them, whether on the phone or face to face, in America, state varies, things varies, laws varies from state to state. So I don't really know. There are some states that stipulate that one person can give consent, meaning the person who is recording. I mean, if I want to record you, it's my consent. That there are other states that says that the two people has to agree that okay, if you want to record me on the phone or whether we're talking together face to face, I have to agree, you have to agree. So I don't really know which of these laws is obtainable in where these people live. I don't know if they live in the same states or not. Now, at a point, Moni'que said, okay, so Tyler Perry agreed that, okay, it was wrong of him to have said that Moni'que was difficult to work with. Because Moni'que claimed that that statement has cost her a lot of money because people don't now want to work with her. People are trying to, avoid her and all that. So that caused her a lot of losing out on opportunities. So this man, Tyler, actually in that audio that I said I will play, if you still want to listen to it later, said, okay, it's okay, fine. He was wrong to have said that. All right. Now, at a point, at that point, Moni'que tried to commit Tyler into apologizing on behalf of Oprah, and she said, "You say the same thing about Oprah, and all that." And Tyler said, "No, that he cannot speak for Oprah," And again, Moni'que tried to play, she tried to play on Tyler's emotion. That picture of this one, my dear, that you see, my dear is a character Tyler plays. Actually, this is the character that this one you are looking at on your screen. is the one that really brought him into the limelight. So Monique now talked. She said at a point that, okay, Tyler, talk to me like my dear. You know, let Tyler the billionaire step aside. You love your mother. All those things. Talk to me like my dear. You love your mother. That's referring to Tyler's mother, and all that and all that. For me, that is uh, playing on this man's emotions, which is not worth it. It's like wanting. Now, my dear is playing character in my dear is just a kind of a comedy. But here, you are talking business during this conversation, of which he didn't even know that you are recording him. You were talking business, you were discussing business. So why will you now want to bring in my dear as I don't really understand that. So that's for me. She was trying to play to get him into a kind of emotional state. You don't need to refer to his mother that, okay, you love your mother. What has that got to do with what you were talking about? All right. So at a point, Tyler said, okay, he was going to make calls and see and send her a check. He was going to make calls. So the question is, before releasing this audio that you recorded into the atmosphere, Monique, did you call Tyler back and ask, okay, what about what we discussed? Did you make the calls? Can you let me know the development? How far have you gone about that? I mean, that's what I personally would expect. I mean, someone would do if someone say, okay, if someone promised me that, okay, I will make call and then I will get back to you, I will send a check. Okay, my thing would be like, okay, did you make the call? What is the development now? Now, a lot, uh, like I said, a lot of you must have had it. So I will play it at the end of this video. Now, if a man, my own thoughts, all right, if a man of Tyler Perry status admitted that he wasn't right, by saying that you, Monique, are difficult to work with, then that suggested to me that he put aside his ego, and admitted that what you accuse him of saying was wrong. He admitted that, okay, he was wrong by saying that. For me, that means he put aside his ego. Now, here is the catch. What if he called you? I mean, what if during that call, like I said from the beginning, he was the one who initiated that call. Now, what if he called your bluff and said, okay, yeah, I said it. That's my experience. That's what I think about you. Because everybody's experiences with other people differ. So he can as well say, well, it's true. I said that you are difficult to work with. I mean, that's it. Now, for me personally, there are people who will say, oh, without it, we cannot do anything. Oh, thank you so much, another. And there are some people who will say, what's she doing? I mean, opinions matter. So what if Tyler has said, well, that's my opinion about you. That was what I experienced while working with you. What would you have said, Monique? But no, he did not say that. He said he was sorry to have said it wasn't right for him to have said you are difficult to work with. For me, that is someone that is being humble. Humility is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign. It's strength actually, because it takes a lot to be able to admit to a wrongdoing. It takes a lot. It takes someone who is humble. It takes someone who wants peace. To admit that, okay, I didn't do right by saying that. Okay, so if he say, okay, if others enjoy working with you, I don't enjoy working with you. Other may may other may, but I don't. He will have been justified. You know why? It is his opinion, And that is how he felt, period. But he didn't say that. So for me, that is being humble. Now, if a full grown ass man, that's how you Americans will see it. They will say full grown ass man, when they are referring to someone, to an adult. If such a man admitted to that wrongdoing, then for me, it's alluded to the fact that uh, is a humble individual. I don't know him personally, but that's how I feel about that. And if Monique has said before, like I said earlier on, that Oprah and Tyler had apologized to her privately, but she kept insisting on public apology. Mhm. So when public apology didn't happen, then this audio happened. Okay. Now, uh, recording this conversation, for me, how I see it, is a breach of contract, is a breach of trust, because hmm, the implication now would be that people will be weary of you, Monique. Trust me, people will be careful. People will not know how to relate with you, because they'll be like, oh, if she did that, to another, to A, uh, she can do the same to B. So either people are talking to you, they are talking to you on the phone, or you are seeing them face to face. Trust me, they will be very weary. Okay, so I always say it, whenever you see videos on YouTube, give thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free of charge. This is a way of you telling YouTube, of recommending, rather, yeah, of recommending these videos to, you know to others. It's not about my channel or anywhere uh you see good videos, please give thumbs up. Thank you for doing that. So, like I say, if people now will be weary, they would not know how to deal with you. They will be treating you like leprosy. Yeah, they will treat you from afar, because they don't trust you anymore. They don't know if you will record them. Okay, so, and then begin to blackmail with it. All right, okay, so that's one implication I see in all of this. Okay, now I'm going to be telling us a story. Like I told you, I promised you that I was going to tell you a Nigerian folk tale. All right, so these two individuals, the turtle and the tortoise. This is turtle is the one that it lives in the sea. Uh-huh. This one is tortoise. Okay, the one that lives on the ground. He and Mr. Snail were in-laws. So one day, the turtles went to Snail's farm, and then he stole some tubers of yam, and he was caught in the act. You remember the woman that was caught in the act in the Bible, the woman that was said to be caught in the act of adultery. So Mr. Turtles was caught in the act where he was stealing uh, yam in his in-laws farm. So Mr. Snail grabbed him and took him to the path that leads to the market. So the idea was that everybody going to the market will see. He wanted to shame him, so he tied him down there. All right, and everybody going to the market in the morning saw Mr. Tortoise, and was like, okay, what's going on here? And what Snake did again was put the yam beside him, the yam he stole, the yam that was recovered from him. He put the yam beside him, and he was there. So everybody was going to the market. I was like, okay, what happened here? And they was like, oh, Mr. Tortoise stole his in-laws yam, and people were abusing him. They were raining curses on him, They were saying, oh wow, why did you do that? Some spit on him, some stone him that, oh, you are a bad person. And on and on and on. The abuse went on. They were abusing him, verbal abuse, okay? And you're going to the market, they went to the market. So in the setting, in the market setting, like the people go in the morning, just like you going on your 9 to 5 job. So they will go in the morning and then return in the evening. So when coming back in the evening, they still saw Mr. Tortoise there. And they were like, okay, what's going on? What did you do this time? And he said, it is still the same offense. And they were like, so you mean Mr. Snail tied you here since morning up till now because of ordinary yam? And then people began to abuse Mr. Snail. And they were saying, oh, Snail, you are a very wicked person. What is wrong with you? It's not ordinary yam. They didn't kill my baby. They didn't kill my baby. So that is why I'm a Yoruba girl. That is why in my language, they will say, there's a proverb. They will say, Ebu alotiam tabo ti japa. Ameti mi. Ebu alotiam. Tortoise is, you either call it ijapa or in Yoruba. Ebu alotiam ti abo ti mi. Meaning, the insult of going, the insult rain when going was for Mr. Tortoise, and the abuse of people coming back when coming back is for the snail. Why? Mr. Snail stretched the situation for too long. You tied an individual from morning till night. So, Moni'que, for me, you have tied Tyler Perry for upward of 14 years. Yes, this movie we're talking about, Precious, was released 2009. This is 2024. Figuratively speaking now. Figuratively speaking, you have tied him for 14 years. Still ongoing. So the question will be for Moni'que, when did you want to move on? When? When did you want to move on? When? Why don't you just do your jokes? Do other projects? If no check is coming from those people, why don't you move on? I'm not advocating that what Tyler Perry did was right. He himself said it wasn't good for him to have said that. We've said that, we've discussed that. So why don't you move? Why did you have to tie someone for this long? And the implication of that audio for me is that, like I said, people will be weary. Tyler Perry is an influencer. He's an influencer like you, my followers. He has a voice. He has influence. So what I see in this situation is that that is a producer. Other producers might be weary working with you, Moni'que, because in any relationship, we err, we offend ourselves, either marital, friendship, whatever it is, we offend ourselves. So they will be like, okay, if I offend Moni'que, will she tie me down like this for years? What will be her reaction? So it's better I don't deal with her. Yeah, that's what they'll be doing. And if you can relate with this Nigerian folk tale I gave, trust me, Moni'que, people that are cheering you on now, yeah, people that say, yes, it's good, give it to him, it's good, the way you recorded it, they will be the same people that will go to Tyler and say, really? So she recorded your conversation? What's wrong with her? That's crazy. You know how you Americans talk. Yeah, it's crazy. The same. That's the same people. That's why we say again in my language that when you see people that are here and there like that, they will say, Kusheku, Kusheye, meaning they are both, they are in between being a bird and a rat. They are in between. They are hermaphrodites. They are in between. So they are here and there. They will come to you and say, "Good." They will go to them and say, "Really? She did that to you?" So that's how human beings are. That's how human beings are. I mean, really, that's how human beings are. You can't take that away from them. So what's now? Now that this audio has been released into the cloud, like I said, what implication does this audio has on Tyler? For me to know, none, none. Trust me, none. But I cannot say the same about you, Monique, because if I were a producer, I will not call you for any job. I won't call you for any project because I don't know what will happen if I step on your toe. Like I said, we offend ourselves in all relationship. Now, I like the way Tyler is handling the situation. You know why? People people has reached out to him. People had called him, and he'll be like, I don't want to revisit that situation. Silence. That's the same thing I would do in this kind of situation. So all the mouths you threw at him, he has chosen not to throw the mouths back at you. You've thrown shades, you've thrown mud, you've thrown tantrum. He has decided not to even talk about it. How about that? Relationship, let us understand that when we are in any kind of relationship, we must offend ourselves. I have a friend, when she wanted to get married, they were going, this pre-marriage counseling. So she and the fiancé, then and the husband, they went, in one of their sessions. They are Catholics. So the Reverend Father said, that was doing the counselor now, said, do you people argue? Do you quarrel? Do you argue? In order to impress the Reverend Father, my friend and her fiancé said, no, 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 we don't argue. We don't argue. So the Reverend Father said, okay, you will now go and argue. You will now go and fight. I give you 1 month. Go and argue and fight for 1 month and then come back. Yeah. It's not that they don't argue, but they thought they wanted to impress the Reverend Father. No, we don't argue, we're good. No. The Reverend Father said, no. Go and argue, you come back, then we can continue the session before you wed. You don't argue, we won't wed you. So that gives credence to the fact that every relationship has its ups and downs. The way we are able to manage ourselves is what brings out the maturity in us. It's what brings out the empathy and all that in us. Now, what's now all the trolling Monique is throwing around Tyler, for me, it's not necessary. It's not. It's for me, it's dirty, it's tacky, and it's low down. Now the question here is that with all the drama going on, Monique, are you not difficult to work with? Are you not difficult to work with all this thing that's going on? Can we now say that Tyler is vindicated? Uh, all this what you said, all these things, they are, for me, they are counterproductive, and unfortunately, those who are cheering you, like I said, will still be the same people that will come back later. That's why I gave that, you know, that folk. And again, these are not the only people you have issue with. We have this with the story of Netflix, your issue with Netflix and all that and all that. So, and even recently, your own son, yeah, an adult, an adult, your own son, Moni'que, an adult who is like 30 years old, it is on social media that you and him are exchanging words. For me, this is an area I think a responsible mother should look into. You and your own biological son, you are exchanging words on the social media. It is enough of a thing to deal with. Honestly, Moni'que, it's enough to deal with for you and your son uh, to be exchanging words on the social media. And as for Monique's husband, I think I will do a separate video on him. Mm-hmm. Uh, I will, maybe tomorrow or next. For me, he isn't a man, as far as I'm concerned. You know, for being a party to the audio recording, I don't really understand that. Women, for us, we are emotional. We can be blah 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 everywhere. It is a job of your man to hold you down. If you are married to someone, a man that cannot hold you down, then it shouldn't be your husband. You should you should be in a situation where maybe you are angry with a situation or somebody, and your husband step in and he say, hey, that's enough, and that will be enough. If you are looking at me right now, and your husband cannot tell you it's enough, and you will agree that it's enough, then it's not so good. So that's why some people feel that, okay, you that Monique bought this man. When a woman a lot of time finances a man, it's hard for the man to have his own balls. So I will do a separate video for being a party to that, to recording that. It's not too good. It's not too good. So let me leave you with the audio. If you have not heard it, the conversation between uh, Tyler and Monique. Let me leave you with it so that you can listen to it if you want to. Thank you so much. Okay, listen to it, then I'll come and sign out.
Because you've not answered that question. That's a very simple question.
I said to you earlier that would be fair. I don't think that was fair.
But what would you want to be done, sir?
How would you want it fixed, Tyler?
How would you want that fixed?
And
How would that would fix?
let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So that because and my husband is that part of our team that he has the business conversation. I'm the part of the team that you saw May 13th on the stage. So what I would ask you is, because you're talking in Tyler Perry language, I would ask you to let Monique talk in Medea. Because when you start talking in Tyler Perry language, brother, you talk like you don't get it. Right, nigga, right. You gotta laugh at it because you know, see, let me tell you, Tyler, when I watch your movies, I dig Medea. And you know why I dig her? You know why I dig her, Tyler?
Because she could be your mama.
You know why I dig her? You know why I dig her? Because that bitch is real to her gut. And she don't give a fuck how I come out. She don't give a fuck how it's taken. But everybody knows she love you, but she gonna tell you the real shit. See, when you stepped away from Medea and you became Tyler Perry, the billionaire, this is the conversation you're having. Like, well, guys, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? See, you a brother that slept in your car. And you needed niggas to fight for you to get you up out the goddamn car. See, your mama that you love so dearly, see, this is when I know that the powers that be and everybody's saying on the radio and everybody's saying on the media, oh my God, it's Oprah and Tyler. They're the ones that can employ her. Why ever would she say it? Because I love them niggas. That's why I'm saying it. Because I'm tired of reading the stories 100 years from now where we had to go through this shit and we watch our brothers and sisters die and suffer in silence and in poverty, and we know they was right. So what I'm saying to you is, Medea, make Tyler's ass step his ass up. I'm talking to Medea right now. Medea, I need you to pull Tyler's ass in the back and say, baby, you watching this sister and you watching her family starve. You're watching it. And you're saying, what do you want me to do? Listen, don't you play with that baby like that. You know the shit y'all did was wrong to her. You gave charity, you gave them $400,000 to $500,000 to charity, and you know that bitch got $50,000. Where's my pistol, Brown? Where's my pistol? Because I need to shoot this nigga. Now, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to shoot him in his ass to let him know Medea's mad as shit right now. See, that's why I'm talking to my brother. So I appreciate you calling me. I do. I appreciate you calling us. But when you call me, what you going to do?
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, and I want to again.
Where we are right now, we're trying to we got some opportunities that a lot of those people didn't have. So what I don't want you to feel one day, not one day, is that you were mistreated or that you were treated unfairly. Now, if that means that that's what I can do, then you do that. You do that. You take that and take it from a place of love.
Let me tell you where I'm gonna take it from. Let me tell you where I'm gonna take it from. I'm gonna take it from its business, and I'm gonna take it from my brother saying, listen, yo, this is what y'all was supposed to get.
No, here's the thing, brother.
Well, I don't know what
Here's what we're saying is, when you say, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm gonna send you the check, listen, not charity, brother. We don't, because see, what happens is, what's not gonna take place on our watch is this. I wrote a check for something that came in, and it's one of those things where you're missing the point. And we believe enough in the universe to understand that, listen, when a person comes to you sincerely with understanding what it is that you're talking about, versus just saying, I'm gonna find out what it is and I'm gonna write a check. Now it's in the tabloids, you wrote us a check. Because, I know you flew Whitney Houston in on your private jet. You gave T.D. Jakes $1 million. And the way that this is being done, it's like, don't throw us no chump change, because we had to go through a movie audit with Lee for monies that he didn't get. And they're saying that he did something with the money from the movie. Okay? These are the things that we had to deal with. So to speak about the dollars that you want, listen to what I'm saying though. But listen, Tyler, this is what I need you to hear me out on. In life, you can't walk around mad at everybody because one person did something to you. You must be able to compartmentalize where your frustrations lie. So when you say that you had the things going on with the movie, and then you had it with Lee, and then Moni'que, you're lumping everyone together. And that's what people of color have a tendency of happening to them, thinking they're all this way. See, if you just focus specifically on the interaction with Moni'que and yourself, and it ain't never been anything but cordial, even in times of disagreement, because our thing is, we're not looking for that. It's like we said on the podcast, who in the hell wrote the story about how David stepped to Goliath and said, let's roll, dog. Let's me and you get down. Y'all are Goliaths. We just the Davids. We're not in no position to be trying to start. We're not looking to try to start any beef. But at the end of the day, all I'm asking you in your private time, because it's not going to happen right now on the phone, all I ask you in your private time is, how would you want to be treated if you were in a situation where people or a person put out something false about you? Then someone said that they didn't have the same experience with you. They're glad that they had a great experience with. Let me stay with the question, because you make a good point. Let me stay with the question. The question is, what would you want someone to do for you who said things about you and or mentioned things about you, alluding to the difficulties that they had with you, all because you chose. I'm not finished, all because you chose. How can you answer something and I'm not finished? Can you do me a favor? Can you, since you called up to have a real conversation, typically I know you're used to directing, but what I need you to do is just hear me out man to man. And that is this. How would you feel if someone said something about you that you were not contractually obligated to do? What would you want them to do to make that right? And it don't have nothing to do with money.
If somebody had said that, let me just try to be in this position. If somebody had come along and said, Tyler's just a terrible worker, not going to do anything that you want him to do. If they said all those things, right? And that's what the rumor was. And there were other people who knew that was not to be true. I would want those people to stand up and say that's not true.
So, will you and Oprah do that?
I can't speak for
Will you do that?
My experience, I certainly do. I never worked with Moni'que. All I can speak for is my experience on person. I don't give a damn about saying that.
Would you do what you wanted done for you, Tyler? It's real simple. Would you do what you would want done for you because you told David when he said his experience was wonderful, you said that was not your experience. And the question I would have, what did you experience with Moni'que and or I that made your interaction with us displeasurable? Especially
Have to try to navigate between pressure, Moni'que not wanting to do anything, and that's press about anything, having to navigate through all of that. That's where my problem was.
But Tyler, this is where we are though. I'm talking in real time. But when you understand, because you're again speaking about other entities and components besides Moni'que. What we're saying is what made it displeasure. But what I'm saying to you is I want your experience based upon your understanding that Moni'que, as we told you then, that when you sit by and you say nothing, when you know it's wrong, as you now said you know, and you agree, then what is the call really for, my brother?
What is it?
All right. I'm not going to say that because I spent way too much time here. I thought that this would be a quick call that I could call and say how I felt and to absolutely wish you the best. The only way this changes, I think the only way this changes, I think for you guys and where you are is this. I think Moni'que needs an amazing movie. She needs to be with a great director. And once the movie's done, it comes out, she gets all this kind of buzz, she gets all this that she did before, and then this thing goes away. That's the way this changes. It's got to be the right thing that comes along, kind of some of the stuff that maybe Spencer has been doing, that comes along, or Viola comes along, she does that, and all of this goes away. Now, I know that's how it works. It's like, okay, oh, that was a moment, that's past, she's amazing, that was wrong.
stocked up on a
and it came from a comedy skit. I don't want to be a part of
What is ugly and nasty, Tyler, about saying? Because we're not talking about the comedy skit. You're obviously not hearing what I'm saying. No. Here's the thing.
You said you don't want any shop change. Does that mean you do not want money for pressure or what?
Wait a minute, Tyler. Wait a minute, brother. Hold up. Because see, now what happens is the billionaire's starting to come out.
Right.
Now what's happening is when you call and say, I didn't mean for this to take this long, brother, you called us. And see, what that said was when we first got the call, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. My heart skipped a beat because I said, okay, we get ready to talk to a real cat because he reached out. But now the tone you're beginning to take is, I'm a billionaire and I ain't got time for this. And it ain't going the way I thought it should. Wait, hold up, brother. Hold up, because see, you'll start over talking. I ain't got time for this, and let me say this. And when you say chump change, here's the thing, baby. See, the community is involved right now. You know it and I know it, and everybody out there know it. The community is involved, and they want to see how it's going to play out. Because the community is saying, wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshit. We know she a loudmouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she's true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong? Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something? So the question I would say is, but
just like you were there with your beautiful twin, I got a little boy, and I want to make sure when I'm home, that's where my attention is.
Here's the thing: you should have made the call until you were able to talk. But the last question I would ask you, hold up. The last thing I want.
So, I heard a lot of when you're talking to people and they begin to throw your achievement at you, that's jealousy. I heard you ride private jets, you give charity, you give $1 million to TDJs. Look, you can't control how someone gives. If I decide to give all my money to church, that's my business. It doesn't have anything to do with the conversation at hand. So all these throwing mud that you're talking like billionaire now, and the guy is saying no, you give money to charity. Those are not necessary. Moni'que and her husband, like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on Monique's husband. I don't see him as a mature man, honestly. So people is a little bit long. I'm going to talk to you again very soon. Thank you so much. And when we talk about the community, what the community also is it throwing more that we unite the black community? I don't understand that. I don't. It's dividing people already. Some are pitching their tent with Tyler, some with Monique. But overall, at the end of the day, who loses? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much. Who do you think will be the victor, the villain in this drama that is not going away? Although Tyler is not talking about it, so maybe if Monique talks about it a little while and nobody is giving her any attention, maybe she will end it. All right, people. Thank you so much. I love you.